One of my best experiences living at Plymouth Housing, I was walking through the park and I'd gotten to the rose garden, and it was an early spring day. The roses were in bloom and you could smell them. And then all of a sudden it started just light rain. Even though it was sunny, there was a rain. And it was not like any other fragrance I have ever smelled before. And I think I realized at that moment that I had survived and that I had a future. Wow. My name is Deborah. I'm a resident of Plymouth Housing. I've been living at Plymouth since 2008. One day I had a choice. I could either pay my doctor or I could pay rent. And I decided to pay the doctor. Living by myself, I didn't have much family I could go to. I was homeless for a while, and things get harder and harder, and you can't feed yourself. You're losing sleep, and you start living more and more afraid. You become what I call kind of a ghost. You lose your identity as a person.
People who are struggling with experiencing homelessness usually have very few supports. Being unhoused alone, you have to, keep yourself safe, learn how to live out on the streets. So kind of building that future together, I think, is the huge step. And the Plymouth staff are great at building that rapport and really getting those trusting relationships with people. And then Neighborcare kind of helps them to, get the medical care that they need and the behavioral health care, because when you're so independent and you lived on your own and you haven't had any sort of, large responsibilities, it can be very intimidating at first. There's a wide variety of improvements that can happen. A lot of people just need help adjusting to being unhoused into housing.
Plymouth Housing now provides homes for 1,100 people who have no roof, no bed, no place to call home. I sometimes lie in bed at night and wonder how it would feel to have no roof over my head, no place to call home. Please take a moment and think how devastating that would be.
With more awareness, there's a greater sense of responsibility to our community and more ideas of how we can build our future together. It is not just about donating money. You can donate your time and dance. Or equally important, look up homelessness statistics in Seattle and educate yourself on laws, programs, and have conversations with your friends.
I think Alex said it best when she talked about this year's theme of building our future together. I'd just like to add that we all have a part to play in ensuring the future that we want to see. It will take a collaborative effort, and I am so grateful for everything Plymouth Housing is doing.
We really appreciate at Neighborcare the relationship and the support we get from Plymouth, and we really appreciate people who volunteer or try to help support Plymouth. I feel like they're doing an amazing job.
Every single time that I step into a Plymouth building, or specifically in this building, it always is nice for me to walk up and see the name of my grandpa on the building. And right as you walk in the door is a mural that my mom put together with the help of all of our nieces and nephews, or my little cousins. It just kind of symbolizes that aspect of doing things together, of a family, of a community, and it connects me back to get involved and really do things together. That together aspect is what I find the most appealing about Plymouth. And then coupled with all the services that residents have access to is really just a combination that I think is what's needed, and especially the housing first. If you don't have a place to put a roof over your head and put your head on the pillow at night, it's really hard to start doing the rest of the work that's needed. If you're watching this right now, I hope that you'll join me and many others in supporting Plymouth and building that better future that we all want together.
I have a future where I'm giving back to my community in a lot of ways. Plymouth was nice enough to take me in as the board of trustees. I'm a member of the Northwest Orchid Society. We do a lot of orchid shows. In this fall, I'm going to go to London and Paris. So I have a life I never thought I would have. And I have Plymouth Housing to thank for that.